happening today. You would recall that I had done a book called Modinomics, which was released in February 2014, which was the first authentic record of what happened in the Gujarat board. And ever since we have been following how PM Modi has performed versus CM Modi, and we have come out with periodic report cards on various aspects of what has changed and what has been better. So this report that we are releasing today is related to the financial inclusion series reports that we have done, and this is the 5th report in this series. So if you look at the earlier reports, the first report talked about job generative impact of Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana in 2017. Then the second report, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana delivers universal financial inclusion 2018. Credit gap falls 12.1%. January 23. Modi government makes great strides in financial deepening, July 23. And now today, finally, as an end result of all of this, so what happened? Employment generative impact of Modinomics, the paradigm shifts, May 2024, which we are releasing today. Next slide. So the headline essentially is that 51.4 crore person years of employment has been generated in the last 10 years, which averages about 5 crore employment per year. Out of these, if you look at Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana itself, it has added 2.52 crore steady and sustainable jobs every year as an average, net of employment mortality, and we assumed a very high employment mortality, which is at 20%. And if you look at the NPA rate of Mudra Yojana, it would be a fraction of that. But we are assuming that 20% died. Then the net is 2.52 crores. Out of the 5.14 crore jobs, there is this phenomenon of fractional employment that happens through Narega and Gram Sadak Yojana and all these governance-oriented schemes. 1.97 crore person years of fractional employment as an average per year since 2014 has been created. So there are almost like 25 crores out of credit-led employment and almost 20 crores out of government initiative-led employment, which is fractional. This totals to, I have already given you the math, almost 45.2 crores after mortality. This has happened because of, these are the macroeconomic factors. One is we have made great strides in financial deepening in 2013-14. India's financial deepening ratio was 19.71. As of 22, it had gone up to 31.85. Similarly, if you look at the credit penetration, where we have used Rangarajan methodology, the credit gap has fallen by 12.1% because of speeding. So this is called credit outreach gap. People who were having no access to credit, how many more people have access to credit? So these two preconditions are very important to create credit-led employment. Next one. So, employment generative impact of Modinomics, the paradigm shifts. Jobless growth has been a perennial problem since independence. This was primarily due to a policy focus on formal jobs rather than creating employment and then moving it up the formality value chain. Creating fractional employment had no focus at all. Using credit and financial inclusion as a tool for employment generation was not feasible at that time. Over-reliance on statistical surveys and governance policies and economic policies working in independent silos. So if you look at the principle of Modinomics, which I had said in 2013, was inclusive economics, inclusive governance. So if you are able to bring these two factors together, then the development takes place, and which is what we are finding in this report. And our reports are based on project level findings, have a high degree of acceptance because of that, and these are increasingly referred to for a ground reality check. So what is it that this report addresses? First thing that it addresses is employment generative impact of structured credit from formal sources. So this is formally recorded data. How much credit has been given, how many new loan accounts have been opened, and so on. The second part is Indian reality of fractional employment and its treatment. Now we cannot pretend that fractional employment does not happen in India. You have the same guy who's maybe a security man in the night, he's a dudwala in the morning, he's selling tea in the afternoon. So are we saying he's unemployed because this is not employment? Because none of the surveys takes care of the fractional employment part of it. So what we have focused is not generic fractional employment, but we are focused on fractional employment caused because of government spending, and we have given a breakup scheme by scheme.